With this, I definitely didn't foresee the future with this. This is something that's kind of just turned a creative passion into a business. It was never, the foresight was never, I'm going to get rich off battle rap. I'm going to make money off hip hop. It was always like, I just love doing this. So how can I continue to do this? And as you get older, the opportunities become limited. And I think like you start realizing like, damn, if there's not people out there, pushing the line, this stuff doesn't even really happen. So, at a young age, I felt like I was out a lot more than most people. So I think when battle rap and everything first hit YouTube, there's a lot of people just wondering how to do it, how to get involved, and they didn't have a lane. And then I just realized, I could just get a bunch of people in a park and make it work from there. And honestly, the steps of evolution, like, I didn't even know if it would go to the second event, right? Like this was just something to do with my friends when we first started it because, we were in other competitions and we still wanted to continue to do this, but we didn't have the means. So that's really how it started. But I think like, I've never seen it get to this point, but the continual growth of it is what keeps me involved because it keeps it non-stagnant for me, being able to, it's like it's a weird comparison, but like, in the days people used to have like those old train sets in their basement and, these things would get like 20 years old and they just keep adding new pieces to it. And like every year and all of a sudden it's like this large, elaborate train set piece. And that's almost kind of like conceptually what like doing this is like, because, you started off here, but every year you're able to, well, what if we do this? And you get to see what works and what doesn't. But, maybe I'm a gambler. I don't know. Maybe I just like the risk of seeing if stuff works or if it doesn't. But, I like testing new concepts. I think the evolution of it's good. I think it intrigues a lot of people to be different. And I think it's worked out for the most part so far. So, to continue to evolve is exciting. And I just hope to continue to evolve in the right ways. Learning to work with people, understand that, a fish can't climb a tree. So, being upset at people for tasks that you kind of wish that they can do and not being able to do is just counterproductive. You got to find the right people, put the right people in the right position, make sure that they're confident in that and, really trust them. A lot of it is really just putting the right people in the right position and making it enjoyable, because that's really what the team aspect is. You can all develop something great, but after a while it's gonna, what's it worth, right? Like money's cool and everything, but just making it fun, trying to make this thing cool, make people prideful of it. I think that's like the biggest thing of it, of learning, is just really just the social aspect of learning to work with people and everything. Because I think as most people, as you go into jobs and you become less social as you get out of like high school and college. You start like, becoming less social with people. People only really become very social with the people they're comfortable with, where I think like a lot of this has really pushed me outside of my boundaries. I'm really an introvert, but like, this has forced me to not be. So I think that's the thing I've learned the most, is really social skills, development skills, stuff like that, where just learning to cater and help other people and learn to read other people and make sure not to cross the line with them. I think it's an important trait to have, making sure not to be able to talk to people about stuff but not upset them, even though it's a sensitive subject. Stuff like that is very, very important, especially with production, because, this is an art to a lot of people. So you got to be able to be constructive without, criticizing too harsh, because everybody's trying to learn. And, when people are trying to learn, you don't want to, be offensive and push them off their, the lane they're in. It can happen a lot. So I think honestly it's overlooked, but I think that's probably the best skill I've obtained over the years.